Indiana Fever home games from half-season ticket packages for the 2025 season. This move has sent shockwaves through the fan base.
Lexi, are you going to get those relative season tickets now?
I mean, we might have to.
Those are pretty expensive.
We'll make sure the
our
Fever
salaries,
gets working on that.
our salaries, it's like our entire salary to get those. I'm not kidding.
We'll have someone work on that for sure.
We need people to help.
Is this a smart business move or a dangerous mistake that could drive away loyal supporters? With ticket prices soaring and frustration mounting, the backlash is real, and Fever fans are going crazy.
This is from the Minnesota Lynx. Now, as most of you know who follow the WNBA, follow Caitlin Clark, you know that, and this was true in college as well, that this is basically a home game for Caitlin Clark. 10-game packages for the Minnesota Lynx. Option to add on, folks, but let's go to the fine print. Purchase a half-season package today to receive access to add on the Indiana Fever game.
Caitlin Clark, the unstoppable rookie sensation, has completely redefined what it means to be a star in the WNBA. From her jaw-dropping long-range shots to her clutch moments that make you hold your breath, she's quickly becoming a household name. But here's the real kicker. Her rise to stardom isn't just changing the game, it's shaking up the whole WNBA experience.
Teams have season tickets. Sometimes teams have half-season tickets. Sometimes have all these other packages. But one team, the Minnesota Lynx, have decided, you know what? We've got our season tickets. But, you know, we're cool with charging you guys like $30 per game for all of these. But when Caitlin Clark comes to town, we're going to be adding 10 times the price probably.
Her influence is rewriting the playbook on how fans engage with the league, bringing in crowds and excitement like we've never seen before. It's a new era, and Caitlin Clark is at the forefront. The drama stems from a controversial move by the WNBA for the 2025 season, and it's got fans of Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever talking. The league has made it mandatory for fans who want to see Clark's home games to purchase full season ticket packages.
If you guys didn't see, there is a package for home games for the Minnesota Lynx. So you can see here, these are half-season packages. So you can purchase packages to see every other game. You can get half-season packages for all of these games here, all of these games here. Option to add Fever games. Purchase a half-season package to receive access to add on the Fever game. You cannot buy a ticket to the Fever game without buying a half-season package.
Gone are the days when you could snag a single game ticket to catch her electric performances or opt for a more affordable half-season package. Instead, fans are now required to commit to an entire season's worth of games, even if they only want to attend a few. For many, this feels like a frustrating gamble. Not everyone has the time, money, or flexibility to attend every home game. But now they're being left with no other choice. Why this sudden shift? The WNBA is banking on Clark's superstar status to boost ticket revenue and lock in fan loyalty. Her presence has already skyrocketed attendance, merchandise sales, and media coverage, so the league sees this as a prime opportunity to capitalize on the buzz. However, the move has sparked backlash, with many questioning if it's fair to force fans into such a hefty financial and time commitment just to see their favorite player in action. Is this strategy a bold business move to secure the WNBA's future, or a tone-deaf decision that risks alienating the very fans who are growing the game? Only time will tell.
Excuse me, Caitlin Clark fan, with the money, you cannot purchase a package of half a season of the games for you and then get, say, 3 tickets to the game for your spouse and your young daughter who's a huge Caitlin Clark fan and wants to go to this game.
The controversy takes an even sharper turn, and it's not sitting well with fans. For the 2025 season, the Indiana Fever have been completely excluded from offering half-season ticket packages. That's right. Fans hoping to attend just a handful of games, including ones featuring Caitlin Clark's incredible talent, are out of luck. If you want to see her play live in Indiana, your only option is to purchase the entire season ticket package. No exceptions. For many loyal Fever fans, this feels like a slap in the face. The team has long enjoyed a dedicated fan base. But this new rule seems to prioritize squeezing more revenue out of Clark's growing popularity, over accommodating the community of supporters who've stuck by the team through thick and thin. The frustration is especially palpable for casual fans, or those with tight schedules who can't commit to attending every game. It's not just about the money, it's about accessibility. This decision has sparked debates about whether the league's approach could backfire, alienating fans who feel forced into a financial corner just to enjoy a sport they love. While the WNBA sees Caitlin Clark as a golden opportunity to grow the game, some argue this strategy risks alienating the very fans who've built the league from the ground up. How far is too far when capitalizing on a star player's fame? This is absolutely wild. Loyal Indiana Fever fans who've supported the team for years are now being told they must buy entire season ticket packages just to see Caitlin Clark in action? Seriously, WNBA? Many fans are saying, no thanks, and they're not staying quiet about it. Social media is lighting up with angry posts from frustrated fans, calling out the league for this controversial decision. For many, it feels like a betrayal, making it harder for dedicated supporters to watch their favorite team without shelling out a ton of money for games they might not even attend. Fans aren't just upset about the cost, it's the principle. They've been there for the Fever through ups and downs, long before Caitlin Clark became the league's breakout star. Now it seems like the league is prioritizing profits over accessibility, creating barriers for the very community that helped grow the WNBA in the first place. The backlash is real, and the message is clear. Fans want to celebrate Caitlin Clark's incredible talent, but not at the cost of being priced out of the game. For many longtime Fever supporters, this feels like a huge betrayal. Why should loyal fans who've supported the team year after year be forced to spend hundreds of dollars on a full season ticket package when they're only interested in attending a few games? It's a decision that seems to completely disregard the needs and preferences of the very fan base that has been instrumental in helping the WNBA grow over the years. This move comes across as tone-deaf, especially to fans who've stuck by the Fever through thick and thin. They're being told that their continued support isn't enough unless they're willing to invest significantly more money, and for many, that's simply not feasible. Instead of rewarding loyalty, this policy feels like a cash grab that prioritizes profits over the community and accessibility. Fans who genuinely want to celebrate Caitlin Clark's star power and cheer for their team are now being met with barriers, making them question whether the WNBA values them at all. The league is walking a fine line, and decisions like this risk alienating the very people who've made the sport what it is today. I love Caitlin Clark, don't get me wrong, she's a star and absolutely deserves the spotlight, says one frustrated Fever fan. But I've been coming to games for years, and now it feels like they're only interested in the money. What about the longtime supporters who can't afford full season tickets? This sentiment echoes across the Fever fan base, where many feel sidelined by the WNBA's decision. While Clark's rise to fame is undoubtedly exciting and a boost for the league, the approach to monetizing her star power is sparking a wave of disappointment. Fans who've stuck with the team through good seasons and bad are now left wondering where they fit into the WNBA's future. The move seems to cater to new fans drawn by Clark's magic, but at the expense of those who've been there all along. For these loyal supporters, it's not just about the money, it's about feeling valued and respected as part of the team's community. Caitlin Clark is undeniably a massive draw for the WNBA. Her electrifying style of play, unmatched marketability, and ability to bring in fans like never before have made her the league's brightest star. But as much as fans adore Clark, many are starting to question whether the WNBA's forced season ticket model is the right way to harness her popularity. By requiring full season ticket purchases to see Clark and the Fever at home, the league might be unintentionally alienating the very people who've been the backbone of its growth. These are the fans who've shown up year after year, supporting their teams through highs and lows. Now, they're being asked to make a significant financial and time commitment with no flexibility for single-game or partial season packages. While the intent to maximize revenue and exposure for Clark is clear, critics argue this strategy risks creating resentment among longtime supporters. Instead of rewarding loyalty, it feels like a cash grab that prioritizes profits over the fan experience. Is this truly the best way to celebrate Clark's once-in-a-generation talent? Or could it end up backfiring on the league's long-term relationship with its fan base? The WNBA is banking on Caitlin Clark's star power to fill arenas, and for good reason. She's drawing nationwide attention and putting the league in the spotlight like never before. But as one fan put it, the last thing the WNBA wants is empty seats, especially with a player like Caitlin Clark captivating audiences across the country. But these price hikes could be pushing loyal fans away, especially in Indiana, where ticket sales were already struggling before Clark's arrival. Indiana has long been a market where attendance has been a challenge, even with a passionate core fan base. Now, instead of making games more accessible to capitalize on Clark's magnetic appeal, the WNBA's approach may alienate those same fans. The introduction of full season-only ticket packages might be a step too far, particularly for families or casual fans who simply can't commit to attending every game. This decision, though well-intentioned, could undermine the momentum Clark has created by leaving seats empty for reasons that could have been avoided. Is the league risking its long-term growth for short-term gains? The WNBA's decision to drive demand for full-season tickets is a bold move, but it comes with significant risks. If the league's primary strategy is to force fans into long-term commitments just to see 1 or 2 games featuring Caitlin Clark, it raises serious questions about the impact on the sport's long-term growth. Will this approach genuinely boost overall season ticket sales, or will it alienate a significant portion of the fan base? Many loyal supporters, especially those who have been attending Fever games for years, feel priced out or unfairly pressured. For families, casual fans, or those with limited budgets, the lack of flexible options, like single-game or partial season packages, makes attending games less feasible. While the WNBA is banking on Clark's popularity to drive ticket revenue, the strategy risks creating a divide. It could lead to higher sales in the short term, but if fans feel undervalued or excluded, the long-term growth of the league might suffer. The verdict is still out, but one thing is clear. Balancing profitability with accessibility is critical to sustaining the WNBA's upward trajectory.